Hey gals and guys, it's your host Phil Larson, and this is your Motivational High Five on acceptance. Let's do this. Hello friends, I hope you are well. We are coming to the close of the first month of the new year, 2017. And I don't make resolutions very often, but I do, or at least starting last year, I've kind of picked up a theme for my year. I kind of decide on what's a theme. And for last year, for me, it was to confront and tackle any seething resentment in my life. And not only were there opportunities presented to me to approach some resentments resulting from my past, but also what I didn't see coming was opportunities in the present, how people that I'm around today may make me resentful, and it's up to me to go forward and deal with that through conversation with them. And as we come to the end of the first month of 2017, this image for this new year for me is this person standing there with their palms up in kind of this open stance. And the word that keeps coming to mind for me is the word acceptance. And before I go any farther, I want to make this point that this is my theme for 2017. It doesn't have to mean that it's your theme, and maybe for you, acceptance would not be a good thing for your theme for 2017. So again, this is mine. And this image of this person who's in an open stance, open palms, is something that represents my mental state going into 2017. It's a mental state of openness in the present. And as I think about this image, I find it also interesting that this is a stance that's similar to that of letting go, like dropping something to the ground. Your palms are open and something comes out of your hands. And I'm realizing that maybe acceptance involves first a letting go. So my hands are clear and I can then be ready to receive all that 2017 will bring. And there's two responses to life that seem to be counterproductive to that of an acceptance state of being. And the first of the two is a little obvious. It's just being unaccepting of what comes your way. And to not do that can mean just not to embrace change. You're kind of just stuck in your ways. Can you think of someone like that? You might know someone like that, where they believe that their way is always the right way and they fail to accept the advice of others. They have developed these habits of just only seeing their view. They don't have open palms. No, they stay who they are and how they are. And then another state that is counterproductive to acceptance is expectation, and trying to predict the future and trying to do that as really a defense mechanism to avoid any sort of pain, which really is also not welcoming change in your life. It's not accepting, but that's really impossible for us to do that because we can't predict the future. And so we just find that when we try to expect things and nothing ever reaches our expectations, we come away frustrated and disappointed. That is not an accepting attitude. And I find that those two states that aren't conducive to acceptance are really selfish states of being. Kind of this unaccepting, you are living in the past and you're saying, no, this is my way, I've always done it and I can't change. Whereas expectations, you are living in the future and you're trying to predict what is to come and it's impossible to do and you're frustrated. While accepting is living in the present, here and now. And that, my friends, is unselfish. You are in this open stance. You are open to being changed. You are open to letting go, and you are open to receiving what is to come. And this open stance is vulnerable. We could get hurt. We could be harmed, or we could receive blessings. We could receive both of those at the same time. And to accept the blessings would be to allow it to move yourself to humility and thankfulness, and to fully accept what harm may come is to let it teach us the truths of life. And this, my friends, is living through acceptance. And just an aside here real quick, harmful things you should not accept are physical, emotional, and spiritual abuse. Because enabling the persistence or remaining in the presence of a situation that is harmful to your physical, mental, or spiritual health is not a healthy form of acceptance. Will you choose to let go of the selfish, living in the past, living in this unacceptable state of being, or this also selfish, living in the future, trying to expect what is to come so that you can better react to it? Will you choose this unselfish act of acceptance, of living in the present? And to help us put more understanding behind this selfish nature of unacceptance or expectation versus this unselfish nature, this is a quote from poet and novelist Oscar Wilde. The quote is this: "Selfishness always aims at creating around it an absolute uniformity of type. Unselfishness recognizes infinite variety of type as a delightful thing, accepts it, acquiesces in it, and enjoys it." Submitting to this present state of acceptance involves a little giving up of control. It involves inviting new voices into your life. It involves some changes, some that you might be able to see coming and some that you might not. It involves, like that quote says, not an absolute uniformity of type, but an infinite variety of type, and sees those things as delightful. 2017 can change you if you want it to. And when we reach the end of our podcast, we perform an act of acceptance, an acceptance of positive voices and positive affirmation in our life. And we trust and we believe and hope that if the science is true, neuroplasticity, we can rewire our brain. If you want more information on that, listen to episode 15, where one of my scientist friends lends his voice. The way we do that is we find a reflection of ourselves in the mirror, or in the front-facing camera of your phone, or in a still puddle. And if you are willing to do that, if you're willing to accept this exercise, will you find that reflection and will you say this: I welcome acceptance as a way to more fully engage in the present. The people around you, the people who love you the most, who are in your life on a daily basis, and your future self want you to be fully engaged now. This may involve accepting where you're at. This may involve accepting the changes to come as they are happening. It may involve accepting new relationships. It may involve accepting the reality of the unhealth of current ones. It does always involve you. Wherever you are, tune in to the now. What can acceptance teach you about who you want to become? It starts with you.